Hey, how's it going? I pulled some cards. I'm gonna talk about some stuff, as I do. All right. I guess I'm not quite organized here. Pretty much, actually. I take it back. So, I pulled some cards from 3 decks, and the first one I pulled from was the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. And it was the Black Egg card with the spirit energy icon there, or element at the top. I like how it's iridescent. Woo! I pulled 2 from the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck, because they just wanted to be together. And the first one was the number 58. What was that? The number 58 card, Vanishing Mirror. And the subtitle is Ego Sublimation. Is there something on there? I mean, other than the stuff that's supposed to be on there? Something the camera's picking up that I cannot see with the naked eye. So, gotta look at that. Seems to be... I'm just gonna quickly say, if there's ego in mirror involved and the mirror is like exploding or something, that whole ego mirror dynamic, something is happening there. I'll get back to that. The second card I pulled from the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck is the number 32 card. Jeweled Web. Can you see the web? Yeah, there you go. Oh, big glare in the middle of it. And the subtitle for this one is Connectivity. I love that these both have a web sort of structure where there are nodal points where lines meet and connect. I feel like that's a metaphor. So what does it have to do with this? I'm not ready to talk about that yet. And then from the Angel Number deck, oh, that is a strange way I'm holding my wrist. I don't want to do it. The Angel Number deck. I pulled the... I got like still motions Tetris happening up here. The 0606 card, and the subtitle is Commitment. Wow. Applying honesty and light daily is a fast track to creating a peaceful and meaningful life. It's how you find solutions and comfort. Release worries by speaking your truth and expressing teeth are moving around. Expressing emotions regularly. Open up, for the best is yet to come. Not at all sorry. Pardon. So, before I get on with all of those card things, I was thinking about something yesterday, or it just came to me. Can we detect timelines? Like, just anybody, like someone that's not like fully switched on psychic medium, seeing auras and stuff, just like, you know, just anybody, can you detect it? And I thought, like, well, the switched on people, I mean, their abilities are just kind of more, like amplified than I think most of us have, or else a lot of us are that way and just don't say anything for reasons, There could be many. Yeah, I could see you mentioning that and just having people just be all like a million people, suddenly you became magnetic to them and you get no peace. That's a reason, I would imagine. But, for the rest of us, maybe things are not that clear or accessible. And it occurred to me that what we can see in the way of a timeline for our own personal selves, and probably just whatever else, because of, you'll hear if I ever just say it already. If you have a decision to make and you have options, you always have a choice, basically. You may not enjoy the choices you have, but from amongst them, you probably need to pick one, because inaction, I guess I'm thinking of a sort of situation where you can't just be all lollygagging around waiting to make your decision, because it depends on other people's whatever. It depends on what your decision is. You have to do it, or maybe it's an exam, that kind of thing. So you have choices, and you're like, okay, well, if I do this, it's gonna do this thing I don't want to do to me or to something else. And maybe you have a couple, 2, 3 more choices along the same line, and that is looking at what will happen as a result of your actions. Yeah. Is that not the definition of a timeline? I mean, maybe the timeline exists already, but you personally are going to get on that or get in there and affect it somehow, I feel like. So, yeah, that's what I was thinking yesterday. So, I felt like I should add it. I'm going to read the keywords on this card. So you see there's not art on here. And there's not, there was no instruction kit or anything for these cards. And I feel like the keywords are just there for you to ponder, or if they apply them. So, loyalty, responsibility, truth, love, light, spiritual realms, growth, solutions. Wow. that really rings true for me, because as usual, I absorbed a bunch of stuff, information, videos, whatever, before I started doing this. And also my own life comes into play too, always. I don't know that I can separate it. But I'm not doing a reading on, or for somebody else. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Anyway, I'm always kind of interested in relationships, and functional ones. If you can't tell people stuff if they're not willing to hear it, and you can't fix people. They really have to fix themselves. If they want your help, they can ask for it. You can be supportive, you can be around, but depending on the relationship and the situation, I don't know why I went there, but I guess depending on the relationship and the situation, like anything else, it's gonna It's going to give you an idea of how to gauge your reaction, I guess. Why did I bring that up? I don't know what the hell that has to do with anything. Well, maybe it'll come. So, okay, well, here you go. Loyalty and responsibility. If you want those in a relationship, I think it's important to understand that you can't just expect it from somebody else. You also have to reciprocate, or it ain't gonna work. Truth is essential, I think. I am definitely more inclined to, not that I wasn't like pretty forward in the first place, but we all like sort of trim our responses as necessary. Well, I don't know if we all do. I shouldn't say that. I know that if I am cognizant of it in the moment, I will realize that perhaps what I am about to say I shouldn't say, because of the way that it is going to affect the person, and also take away from like what I'm saying. So like I have to like constantly edit myself, or learn how to just not say it, which is hard, but sometimes that's just what necessity dictates, because I don't want problems. I don't want conflict type interactions if I can avoid it, and I don't want to be I do want to say, like, I don't want to trim anymore. I just want to get on with it and say it. I think I'm really happy to have gotten to that point in my life, but I'm not just like, oh, well, now that I feel like I'm just gonna say it, I'm not just gonna go around and say everything that I didn't say that I wanted to say in the past. I don't think that's helpful, and that's kind of maybe an insight we could all benefit from. I don't know, maybe. I don't know you. So love, well, duh. I mean, it kind of enhances all of the relationships, I think. Light, well, in the spiritual sense, as we're talking about angels, the light itself is uplifting, and you can, in various ways, like ingest it, like charge up with it as if you are a human battery with your minerals and your water and your electricity, bad selves. But I mean, unless your night is ending when the sun is coming up, light is not really much of your friend, or if you have a hangover or something like that, or if it's just too hot for you. But in general, light is uplifting. Makes the plants grow, makes the food grow, makes it nice to be out in and get out of your manufactured home with all of its stuff that we spend too much time in and should spend less time in for our health and sanity. Spiritual realms, they seem to be gaining more acceptance in the general society, which is a good thing. I watched this news clip thing, and there was a guy talking about it was on the Damage Report on the TYTE like YouTube network, and there was a guest on there, and he was talking about, or no, they showed a clip of a guest that was on The View, and he was saying that Gen Z or in millennials or whatever, like the youngest adults amongst society, are not entitled and whiny. They're entitled to whine, or words to that effect, like more or less that. But then he went on to say that they should stop talking about balance and work life balance. And he dropped some knowledge that I think is just generational. Like every young energetic person that is like ambitious and or successful just knows they're going to be rich and everything, and it just doesn't always pan out for everyone. And that is just the way it goes. I don't think there's times when that doesn't need to be the case, but we can't all be born, he said, smart enough to be born with rich parents. I wonder if he knows how insightful that is on the spiritual realm level, where the before you're born, I guess, heaven dimension, where you have your birth blueprint, your life blueprint drawn up and negotiated or whatever, plotted, mapped. I don't know how I don't remember. I don't remember that particular detail, but I just felt like don't tell those people not to like make balance a priority in their life. You don't know what you don't know, bro. Like, I don't think that is what is wrong, I would say, with society in a lot of ways, is just thinking that still, even though it's been completely damaging in so many ways, the corporations want the people that work for them for like as little as they can give them benefits. Ha! Good luck. I mean, that seems to be the attitude, unless you're an executive and for some reason they get the key to the damn corporate vault. And they're so important. What the heck could they really be doing that's more important than the people on the floor, so to speak, busting their collective ass, driving around the product, dealing with each other? That alone is a mind F, is to have, just to know there's so much gazillions of money and there's some rat's ass sitting in an office yakking it up and making phone calls and taking meetings and dressed all nice because they have the money to spend on that crap. Like, that works on you, like you just are looking at it going, wow, like, and not that people shouldn't think that they're going to be successful, but unless we change our mindset and do start including a concern and priority about work-life balance and talking about things like balance, we're going to have messed up kids, bad economy, selfish people with more money than everybody else, not giving a damn what, well, my family's going to be taken care of. Yeah, but the way you want to do that is making it sure that everybody else's family is messed up, and that's not just one individual that's doing that, that's in favor of doing that, and that's even some of these young people striving to get to that level to also be able to do that, because not everybody's going to be enlightened. But growth, it comes to all situations, just with the passage of time. You gain wisdom with age and experience. Like, events have to take place for you to learn stuff. So the vanishing mirror, I just got an idea whose ego needs to vanish. I think that guest that was in the clip that was shown on the damage in the damage report, I think that guy also said, like, you have nothing to look for. Like, statistically, some people are going to be that successful person and become a millionaire at whatever ridiculously youthful age. That's how that has to be. But I think he was right in a way that you are gonna like break your butt for 10 or 20 years before you see anything even looking like success. And like, that to me is like, whoa, that we gotta fix that. That's not just like, oh, that's what you just gotta do. Like, no, it don't have to be like that, I don't think. So we have to grow from what we've been doing. That, like, I'm just saying, the overall structure and the way that if there's conflict and problems, the reason why they exist is because people grew up in the system and were conditioned in the system to think that it is okay for the pursuit of success to just stomp all over everybody else. And if somebody is in your way and you don't like something they're doing or some kind of way they are, or like whatever your issue is with somebody else, you know, I remember we get the cornball rolling. They used to make us learn these songs in junior high school, and I learned a story about that made me kind of upset, but I don't think it really had that much of an effect on me ultimately. But we had to learn this song on like the days when it would like rain and they didn't know what to do with us, because I come from LA, so all the kids trapped inside the buildings with the teachers, and they're like, no, we want you to go outside so we can have a break. I would assume we'd watch movies and film strips, or they'd have us singing, and so I remember this dreary song, No Man is an Island, and I don't, no man is an island, no man stands alone, and that's about all of the lyric I can remember, but I got the gist. And I feel like that's like these rich people got to stop thinking that like you're just alone here, because like Obama said when he was president, you didn't build that. He should have added alone, because you don't get to the places you got to go to meet the people you got to meet and make the money you got to make to be the rich guy that then believes that everybody is just their wage slave. And I guess, well, some people go too far with what they think they can get from people in a situation. And like when they're rich, it's like in a work situation or something, you almost expect a certain amount of abuse. But when it's other situations where you think one thing is going on and it turns into something else, and I'm not even talking about all of that stuff with Diddy, I'm just saying workplaces can just be so crappy, and the culture is even like, it's so hard to get like what you're owed, or arbitration even, or like honest, like you want to have like I'm losing my words again, but you want to be able to meet the problem. I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on the situation, but you want to be able to stick up for yourself. You want to have like a way to like, hey, I have rights. You can't just do this. And a lot of times it's like the hardest thing, and it's so there's the younger of us, younger people that are coming into adulthood who are going to be running things, and I just feel like I agree with a lot of what they say more. I have more compassion for them and what they've gone through and what they are going through. Like, they're going to have to deal with the crap that I'm on the cusp of Gen Z and Gen X. Like, I see different reports, so I'm not sure which, but obviously I'm more Gen X than Gen Z. I'm punk rocker and all that crap. But I mean, I'm with them. You guys ruined everything, and people have been screaming and yelling since I was a kid in the 70s and could pay attention to that stuff about ruining the world we live on. It's just dumb, and for the sake of stupid money, and then the ego crap that comes in where you have the money and the power and you just think you can do whatever you want, and oh, this land's ruined, I'll just go over here. Who cares about the people that are still stuck here, gotta live on it? I mean, it's just so ridiculous. And then I don't know how they think they're escaping the effects. Keep moving, but also keep it up. You're going to saturate the whole place with Oh, well, you're gonna go to space? Okay, good. Bye. Let us get on with actually meeting up and making the types of connections where we can do the important things like save the world. Not that we're saving the world because the world's about to keel over. It's us that's about to keel over. The little people living on it, and there's other beings that live here, and why are we wrecking it for everyone? So that has to stop. Thinking that you can just take everything and destroy everything. No. Bad rich people, stop it. You're screwing everything up for everybody. Eventually it's going to get to you. And by the way, what is that country dude song? Come down to my state and try that. Go to space and try that. Have you not seen the spaceships? Do you think they can just go fast? They turn off our nuclear stuff. Can we do that from a ship? I don't think remotely. I don't think so. You gonna really go out with that punk ass attitude into space? You don't understand. Okay, rant concluded. Come back down to earth. we do need to. There are lights amongst us that do not want to see the destruction of our world, and there's going to be people like me that are not anywhere near Gen Z or whatever comes next. I forget. Gen Egg has yet to be determined. But you know that too, like we got this egg to nurture, our world, you know, like there's our future and our promise in here, and it's all sooted up on the outside. That is not what the meaning of it being black is, according to the book. I don't think. What's the time? Sorry, I hate for people to have to get a sudden blast up my nose. It's fine. It's clean. I just am a freaking weirdo about that, I guess. I had a real problem with I apologize because the problem's over, but I had a real problem with Kevin Spacey because of his nose for years. It took a long time to get over it. And it's me, it's not him. It's not his fault, but I am laughing, well, because it's silly, but also because somebody on American Dad also noticed it. There's an early episode with Roger and the noses. I'm sure people have seen it. If not, see it. It's funny. I know that it is at the expense of Kevin Bacon. I like him a lot. I like him as an actor in so many things. Please forgive me. Anyway, oh yes, Black Egg. Come on, brain, you can do it. Okay, where is that? I think that one's, whoops, near the back. Yep. Black Egg. Speaking from an authentic voice, the truth. Stop screwing up everything for everybody else. Humble up. It's not all about you. Yeah. There's other people in here. Think about us. Please. The Black Egg contains one of life's essential treasures. The truth inside of it resides. No confusion, excuses, small talk, noise, or lies. Not even white ones. So convenient. We just say them without even thinking. Sorry. No judgment. Well, that was a little bit, so I guess I can't even really say that, but I'll try to stop. I have been trying to stop. It's hard. It's hard when you grow up in it. Everyone's families are different, but man, some families are like doing the dozens constantly. It gives you anxiety. This living and breathing vessel harbors only that which rings true. When this essence is in balance, it's a thing. We speak slowly and clearly. We are drawn to activities like writing, reading, teaching, singing, or perhaps public speaking. Sounds draw us in. Books draw us in. The concept of truth itself draws us in. We start asking questions like, what do I know to be true about myself? And what is true about the world? Actually, burning questions, I think. Because the sooner we realize what's true about the world, the sooner we can realize what we have to go repair. And I will refer to the draining of the swamp. That helps. That does allow some light to be shed on things that couldn't before, because they were like, oh, burying everything in dishonest soot. When the energy of the black egg is not yet accessed, we speak from an unsure place. We say things others want to hear, those white lies for convenience and shit. Oops, sorry. You didn't hear that. It's not even supposed to be children on here anyway. Like, who am I not cut? And what? I'm sorry. Rare is the child that doesn't cuss. If there's a parent that thinks their child doesn't cuss and you think they are still adhering to that when they get out of your sight, the Easter Bunny is not real. No kids. Sorry, I should not have said that. Although, if a kid was watching this, would they still be caring about the Easter Bunny? I gotta wonder. Where was I? We say things others want to hear, gossip or repeat stories to justify our subpar behavior. White lies, or just big black sooty nasty ones that, you know, pretty much everybody can see the shape and the form of, but maybe not the details. Like, but you know something's wrong in there. We might even try to convince ourselves that we have an inner truth. That we have no inner truth at all. You know, I kind of feel like it's those people that, like, Jeff Bezos, disgustingly rich, also can go to space. Used to be a dude that worked in a damn cubicle farm. And so that does not imply to me ritzy, snooty upbringing. That implies to me, like, you know, average dude, you know, maybe average family. So, and he donates to causes, and ultimately all of those guys with the rocket ships, all jokes aside, yes indeed, please go, but also it's progress. It's gonna happen. But how do you go from being a person that is you can connect with more easily? You'll have more in common with the lines crossing next to you than when you sort of break free from, like, the web or the net that everybody else is in, like the normie net, I guess. But it happens fast, though, man. Like, I mean, I have seen it personally a number of times. A person just, it's almost like alcohol. It's like the real them comes out. Like, all of the things that they were just holding back. But so in that soot that you could not see, but you maybe knew something was going on in there. Maybe it wasn't entirely kosher, you know? I mean, it happens. We also get to experience their experience if it gets near, but, you know, like, wear gloves. Put on your hazmat suit. What the hell am I babbling about? Did I finish reading this? The energy of the black egg hovers and waits for us to reconnect, which we need to do. Because honestly, like, that kind of telling people to get on their ships and go, that is a form of cancellation, which I frown on that term, but I'll just use it here just to because it's facile. They are also part of us. Like, even if they, break free from the web, they're just inextricably, like, quantum's still a part of it. They're still us, and, they deserve forgiveness and also, like, credit for the rockets. That's actually going to be helpful because it's like a natural part of evolution, and from what I understand from various sources, it's not just a human evolution thing. Like, everyone that comes up from whatever muck and mire, I don't even know how true that stuff is anymore, but I won't get sidetracked on that. Everyone evolves is what I'm saying, and I guess evolution is to come up out of the muck and come up off of the earth completely, flying away in a ship you built. So that wait, I think there's more. Are these back ones? Oh yes, there is more. It is available at every moment, in every situation. It's the epicenter of truth, the birthplace of our voice. The last word is voice, and I'm looking at that, and it's like the thing is vibrating waves, sound waves, light. I guess it's all like light and color and sound is all like a wave. Like, maybe in the same way that ice is also water and steam. There's still more. The black egg and the fifth chakra. The subtle essence of this card resides at the base of the throat, at the Vishuddha chakra. The ancient sages saw this as the hub that governs our speech and our speech and expression. Vishuddha translates as especially pure. The balance of this center is important for all of us, but is especially essential for writers, editors, musicians, and teachers. Ding, well, my chime is back up there, but ding, ding, ding. Final thoughts. I have an opportunity to work as a healer, and it is with a person that is one of the most brutally honest people I know, and I love that. Even if it hurts, I love it, because you know what the F you're getting. And that, I mean, that shatters all that other ego stuff to me, because that stuff is not even real. It's like, I got this, that, and the other thing, and clothes and cars and planes and crap make the man. Does it though? Not to me. Like, I am more concerned with the man without all of those things still being like a outstanding, superior person. I'm not saying flawless, but what I am saying is honesty, and also, if we can remember how to do it, politeness. That goes a long way with me, because I'm not going to go into it now because I want to finish. I want to girlish figure what I do. I just think that a lot of stuff that has been held back from the general population and on a personal level in important places and or prominent places that affect everyone, and on the personal level, I feel like it all has to kind of match up. And I think that kind of attention needs to be given to our relationships, how we treat each other. And then I feel like once we kind of start heading in a direction where we realize how important it is that our relationships work well, function well, and it's God, trickle down came into my hearing today, which you can see from my little outburst in face I'm sure I made there, my feeling about the trickle down. But we're talking about an unfortunate way that actually something does trickle down, and we need to stop it. But I don't remember precisely what that was, but the spirit of it was just the trickle that was coming. We've been told about it so long and it ain't done what it was reputed to do, and that's why it pisses me off. But also at the time it was like, that's bullshit, what are you saying? Like, and by the way, people at the bottom, we don't want to frickin' trickles we already got. You condescending so-and-so. Smash that mirror, wake up. You're not here by yourself. And it's just not good to like leave poop on the kitchen table at your Airbnb, which, yeah, we do just rent this place with these, bodies with a limited lifetime. Anyway, I think I got the point I wanted to make across. Thank you and good night.